Federal Bureau of Investigation. Central Intelligence Agency. Two of the United States' most elite intelligence agencies. What sets them apart? What do they have in common? What can they do? Let's take a dive into what you need to know about the FBI and the CIA. We guarantee you've heard of the FBI and CIA before, but chances are you probably don't know a lot about either of them. Well, worry no more. At the end of this video, we're confident that you'll be able to impress anyone, probably even your dog, with your vast knowledge of the FBI and CIA. Let's get into it. We'll start off the video with a brief introduction on both of these agencies. Let's kick it off with the FBI. The FBI is the United States' principal federal law enforcement agency. It operates under the jurisdiction of the Department of Justice, while also being a member of the U.S. intelligence community, reporting to both the Attorney General and the Director of National Intelligence. It is an organization that leads in counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and criminal investigation, having jurisdiction of violations consisting of over 200 categories in federal crimes. It maintains 56 field offices in major cities throughout the U.S. Let's move on to the CIA. The CIA is a civilian foreign intelligence service of the United States, officially tasked with gathering, processing, and analyzing national security information from around the world, primarily through human intelligence. As a principal member of the United States intelligence community, the CIA reports to the Director of National Intelligence and is primarily focused on providing intelligence for the President and Cabinet of the United States. However, unlike the FBI, the CIA has no law enforcement function. It is mainly focused on overseas intelligence gathering with only limited domestic intelligence collection. It is the only agency authorized by law to carry out and oversee covert action at the direction of the President. Alright, you just got a taste of what both of these agencies are. Let's dig a little deeper and go over their capabilities, missions, and opportunities. We're going to kick it off with the capabilities, missions, and opportunities for the FBI. The main mission of the FBI is to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution of the United States. They do this through their main priorities, which are these. We will go down this list one by one, which will paint a better picture for you as to what the FBI actually does. Counterterrorism. Protecting the United States from terrorist attacks is the FBI's #1 priority. It works closely with its partners to neutralize terrorist cells and operatives here in the US, helping to dismantle extremist networks worldwide, as well as cutting off financing and other types of support provided to foreign terrorist organizations. Counterintelligence. The FBI is the lead agency for exposing, preventing, and investigating intelligence activities on U.S. soil. Its counterintelligence division uses its full suite of investigative and intelligence capabilities to combat counterintelligence threats. They counter the activities of foreign spies by identifying who they are and stopping what they're doing. And lastly, the FBI protects the secrets of the U.S. intelligence community, ranging from the defense, economic, science, and public health sectors. Cybercrime. The FBI fights against cybercrime and is the lead federal agency for investigating cyber attacks and intrusions. They collect and share intelligence and engage with victims, all while working to unmask those who commit cybercrimes. Public corruption. What is public corruption? Public corruption is a breach of the public's trust by government officials who use their public office to obtain personal gain. Public corruption is the FBI's top criminal investigative priority. It poses a fundamental threat to our national security and way of life. The FBI is uniquely situated to combat corruption, with the skills and capabilities to run complex, undercover operations and surveillance. No other law enforcement agency has attained the kind of success the FBI has achieved in combating corruption. From the federal, state, and local levels of government, it addresses anything from federally funded programs, election fraud, and environmental crime. Civil rights. Civil rights is a responsibility that the FBI takes very seriously. The FBI's Civil Rights Program investigates hate crimes, color of law violations, and FACE Act violations. They also deal with civil rights areas such as excessive force, sexual assault, false arrest and obstruction of justice, deprivation of medical care, and failure to keep from harm. On a final note for civil rights, the FBI is the lead federal agency for investigating color of law violations, which includes acts carried out by government officials operating both within and beyond the limits of their lawful authority: organized, white-collar, and violent crime. This is a threefold one, so we'll start with organized crime. The FBI is dedicated to eliminating transnational organized crime groups that pose the greatest threat to the national and economic security of the United States. The FBI understands that if they wind up removing key individuals from a criminal enterprise, the depth and strength of the organization often allow it to carry on, so it actually targets entire organizations. Ever heard of the RICO Act? It stands for Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, allowing them to prosecute leaders of criminal organizations for crimes they ordered others to do. Now on to white-collar crime. In case you didn't know, white-collar crime consists of the full range of frauds committed by business and government professionals. The FBI deals with areas such as corporate fraud, falsification of financial information, corporate insiders, insider trading, among other things. And then there's violent crime. The FBI plays a key role in combating violent crime in big cities and local communities across the United States, in concentrations on crime problems that pose major threats to American society. They tend to focus on violent crime incidents such as mass killings, sniper murders, and serial killings, as these sorts of crimes often stretch state and local law enforcement resources to their limits. And last but not least, WMDs. The FBI is the lead federal agency. Notice how they're the lead federal agency for a lot of things? For responding to threats from weapons of mass destruction. It investigates and collects intelligence on WMD-related threats and incidents to prevent attacks and respond to them when they occur. Here's something pretty neat you probably didn't know. The FBI has special agents who are WMD coordinators, who are a critical part in preventing and responding to WMD attacks. They build relationships with other partners in law enforcement, as well as with entities in the private sector. These relationships lead to information sharing, ensuring the FBI has early warnings of WMD threats throughout the nation. Alright, you just learned enough about the FBI to write a paper about them, but there's still more to them. Let's go over the opportunities you got if you join, or want to join, the FBI. Because of the diverse amount of responsibility that the US has given to the FBI, it isn't all just special agents there. You can be anything from a SWAT team member to an attorney or a forensic accountant. We're going to put up on screen a list of all the career fields that exist in the FBI. Pause the screen to take a longer look. And not only that, you can join the HRT, which stands for Hostage Rescue Team. The HRT is the FBI's elite tactical unit formed to provide a full-time federal law enforcement tactical capability to respond to major terrorist incidents throughout the US. These elite operators are tasked with a wide array of responsibilities, receiving training in air assault tactics, rappelling, CQB, chemical agents, terrorist psychology, surveillance, sniping, communications, and even diving. Needless to say, they do some pretty cool stuff. Want to know more about the Hostage Rescue Team? Stick with us until the end of the video, and we'll point you to the right direction. Okay. Enough about the FBI for now. Let's move on to the CIA. When you think of the CIA, what comes to mind? Is it the Special Activities Center? Don't worry, we'll get to that. Is it a spy? A secret agent? Well, while there is way more to the CIA than that, you're not too far off. Let us just say now, the CIA is very secretive. Not much is known about it. To give you a better idea of just how under wraps they are, even their budget is classified. A lot of the documents that they release to the public are after the fact, and a lot of what they do present day will not be known for years. So what's the CIA's mission? The Central Intelligence Agency's primary mission is to collect, evaluate, and disseminate foreign intelligence to assist the President and senior US government policymakers in making decisions relating to national security. The CIA does not make policy. It is an independent source of foreign intelligence information for those who do. The CIA may also engage in covert action at the President's direction in accordance with applicable law. The CIA supports the overall US government effort to combat international terrorism by collecting, analyzing, and disseminating intelligence on foreign terrorist groups and individuals. The CIA also works with friendly foreign governments and shares pertinent information with them. The CIA is separated into 5 basic components, which are these. They carry out the intelligence cycle, which is the process of collecting, analyzing, and disseminating intelligence information to top US government officials. We'll get more into these during the structure section of the video. As far as opportunities go, if you want to get into black ops, the stuff where the government can legally deny all knowledge of, this is your place to be. The CIA has its Special Operations Group, which is considered the most secretive special operations force that the United States has. Within this is the Special Activities Center, a division of the CIA responsible for covert operations and paramilitary operations. If you want to see a video that covers them in depth, watch this video until the end where we'll point you to it. So you know how we said the CIA is more than just spies, protective agents, and special agents?
Hey there, we hope that you're enjoying the video so far. General Discharge has a Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider joining the team. Links in the description. Now back to the video.
The CIA carefully selects well-qualified people in nearly all fields of study. Scientists, engineers, economists, linguists, mathematicians, secretaries, accountants, and computer specialists are but a few of the professions continually in demand. Much of the agency's work, like that done in academic institutions, requires research, careful evaluation, and writing of reports that end up on the desks of the United States policymakers. On screen is the job opportunities in the CIA. We'll leave a link in the description for you to check them out. So yeah, the CIA is quite the diverse entity as well. Okay, so you just learned about the missions, capabilities, and opportunities for the FBI and CIA. We're about to move on to the structure for both of these entities, and with that, you'll have an even better understanding of what exactly makes up these agencies, as well as what they are capable of doing. Let's start off with the FBI. Where can you expect to be placed if you work for them? Well, the FBI has 56 field offices located throughout the United States, which should be popping on the screen just about now. Thanks, Editor Eddie. Now onto the structure for them. The FBI is split into 6 branches. There's the Intelligence Branch, National Security Branch, Criminal, Cyber, Response and Services Branch, Science and Technology Branch, Information and Technology Branch, and the Human Resources Branch. We'll briefly go over each of these real quick. The Intelligence Branch handles all intelligence functions, including information sharing policies and intelligence analysis for national security, homeland security, and law enforcement purposes. The National Security Branch is responsible for protecting the United States from weapons of mass destruction, acts of terrorism, and foreign intelligence operations and espionage. The Criminal, Cyber, Response, and Services Branch is responsible for investigating financial crime, white-collar crime, violent crime, organized crime, public corruption, violations of individual civil rights, and drug-related crime. In addition, the branch also oversees all computer-based crime related to counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and criminal threats against the United States. The Science and Technology Branch's mission is to discover, develop, and deliver innovative science and technology. It is made up of 3 separate units, being forensic science, operational technology, and information sharing. The Information and Technology Branch is responsible for all FBI information technology needs and information management, and promotes and facilitates the creation, sharing, and application of FBI knowledge products with the larger law enforcement community in order to improve overall nationwide crime fighting effectiveness. The Human Resources Branch is responsible for all internal human resources needs of the FBI and for conducting the FBI Academy to train new FBI agents. Breaking news, the Human Resources Branch deals with human resources. And before we move on to the CIA, here's a picture of the overall organization of the FBI. Pause the screen to take a longer look. Now it's the CIA's time to shine. Where can you be located with this agency? Well, their headquarters is based out of Langley, Virginia. But if you work in the CIA, you can pretty much work anywhere in the entire world. Remember how we said they're separated into 5 different directorates? Well, here they are. We're going to explain what each of these do for you. The Directorate of Operations has responsibility for the clandestine collection of foreign intelligence, primarily human source intelligence. It serves as the national authority for coordination, deconfliction, and evaluation of clandestine human intelligence operations across the intelligence community, consistent with existing laws, executive orders, and interagency agreements. The Directorate of Operations is the frontline source of clandestine intelligence on critical international developments ranging from terrorism and weapons proliferation to military and political issues. This directorate also includes the CIA's Special Operations Group, which includes the Special Activities Center and Political Action Group. Now on to the Directorate of Analysis. It analyzes all source intelligence and produces reports, briefings, and papers on key foreign intelligence issues, which come from a variety of sources and methods such as U.S. personnel overseas, agent reports, satellite photography, foreign media, and sophisticated sensors. The Directorate of Science and Technology accesses, collects, and exploits information to facilitate the execution of the agency's mission by applying innovative, scientific, engineering, and technical solutions to the most critical intelligence problems. This is very similar to the purpose of the FBI's branch of science and technology. The Directorate of Support provides support that is critical to the agency's intelligence mission. This includes facility services, financial management, medical services, logistics, and the security of agency personnel, information, facilities, and technology. These services are international in focus, clandestine in nature, and offered on a 24/7 basis. Its responsibilities extend well beyond the CIA into the greater intelligence community. And last but not least, the Directorate of Digital Innovation is the agency's newest directorate focused on accelerating innovation across the agency's mission activities with cutting-edge digital and cyber tradecraft and IT infrastructure. The CIA plans for it to be the powerful engine of creativity, integration, and rigor that it needs in the digital age. Alright, now you have a better idea on what the structure of the FBI and CIA is. But what kind of training do you need to go through for both of these agencies? Let's get into it. As we mentioned to you before, there are several different roles people play in the FBI and CIA. For the training required, we are going to focus on the special agents on each agency for time's sake. We're going to start off with the FBI's Special Agent Training Pipeline. If you plan on joining the FBI, you gotta get through the FBI Academy, which is located in Quantico, Virginia. New agent trainees, which are sometimes referred to as NATs, go through a 20-week program in order to get trained up to speed to be working as FBI special agents. In this training, they learn information around 4 major concentrations: academics, case exercises, firearms training, and operational skills. We'll briefly go over what they learn in each of these 4 concentrations. Academics. Trainees learn a broad range of subjects ranging from fundamentals of law, ethics, behavioral science, interviewing and report writing, basic and advanced investigative and intelligence techniques, interrogation, and forensic science. They also learn how to manage and run investigations in counterterrorism, counterintelligence, weapons of mass destruction, cyber, and criminal activity, meaning that they are flexible, well-rounded, and able to handle any case upon graduation. Case exercises. The Academy uses case exercises to test the trainees' grit in real-life situations and imitate what they will experience in the real world. For example, students are given an integrated case scenario that starts with a tip and culminates in the arrests of multiple subjects. They do a lot of this in Hogan's Alley, which is a mock town where they have actors who roleplay in order to simulate real missions and scenarios, such as bank robberies, kidnappings, and armed and dangerous arrest scenarios. It's pretty cool. You should definitely look into it. Firearms training. All new agent trainees receive training with a bureau-issued pistol, carbine, and shotgun. Trainees are instructed on firearm safety, weapons orientations, weapon handling skills, and live fire training emphasizing marksmanship and practical shooting techniques. They must successfully qualify with both the pistol and carbine, and participate in live fire familiarization with the shotgun. Operational skills. Here they learn everything from defensive tactics to surveillance, from physical fitness to tactical driving. Defensive tactics training focuses on boxing and grappling, handcuffing, control holds, searches of subjects, weapon retention, and disarming techniques. They also learn operations planning, operation of cooperating witnesses and informants, physical and electronic surveillance, undercover operations, and the development and dissemination of intelligence. At Hogan's Alley, which again, a lot happens here, trainees conduct interviews, plan and carry out an arrest, perform daytime and nighttime surveillance, and practice street survival techniques taught by their instructors. On top of this all, students get a variety of fitness training that is integrated into the academy to keep them in shape and to have them pass the FBI's PFT. We'll get more into the PFT in the requirements section of the video. So yeah, that's what you'd learn if you went through the FBI Academy. Upon completion of your training, you'd be assigned at any of the 56 field offices throughout the US that we showed you earlier in the video. Good luck getting where you want to be on your first assignment. Now onto the CIA. The CIA does things a little bit different than the FBI because, well, it's not the FBI. There's a lot of diversification as to where CIA officers receive their training from. But if we had to guess, you're probably most interested in where the clandestine agents receive training, the ones in the Directorate of Operations and Special Activities Center that we explained to you before. These are the positions that exist within this area. So if you find yourself in any of those lines of work, there are two routes you will take. There's the Professional Trainee Program and the Clandestine Service Trainee Program. We'll briefly explain these two for you. The PT program is designed as an entry-level program for individuals seeking a career as a core collector in an overseas mission. Candidates for the Professional Trainee Program must possess a bachelor's degree. Substantial work experience is not a requirement, as most trainees receive experience through a number of headquarters-based assignments. These are typically applicants who are fresh out of college. It's a precursor to the CST program. The CST program is 18 months long and is for applicants who have prior professional, military, or other non-academic experience. It is designed to train and certify individuals to successfully recruit and handle foreign sources who can provide access to vital human intelligence. A lot of this training is conducted at what is known as the Farm at Camp Peary, Virginia, and also receive training at the Point near Hertford, North Carolina. Again, we can't stress this to you enough. The CIA is very mute about what it does and how they conduct their training. You'll have a lot easier of a time figuring out what the FBI does than you ever will with the CIA. That's a huge difference between the two agencies. Alright, now you know what training you'll be expected to complete if you decide to embark on either of these journeys. But do you even meet their qualifications? Let's see. Let's start off with the FBI. Remember, we're just going to cover the requirements to become a special agent. Obviously, if you want to be an accountant, go get a degree in accounting. Okay, in order to qualify to apply to be an FBI special agent, you must meet these minimum requirements. Be between the ages of 23 and 36. This can be waived if you're a veteran. Be a US citizen, be able to obtain a top secret clearance, be in compliance with the FBI drug policy, have a minimum of a bachelor's degree from a US accredited college or university, have at least 2 years of full-time professional work experience, or 1 year if you have earned an advanced degree, master's or higher, possess a valid driver's license, and have 6 months of driving experience. Meet the special agent's physical fitness standards. The test includes a 1.5 mile run, push-ups, sit-ups, and a 300-meter sprint, and pull-ups if you're going for something in special ops. If you want to know how the PFT is scored, we'll leave a link in the description for you to go check out. Okay, now on to the CIA. Again, these are just very generic requirements. To qualify for a position in the CIA, you must be 18 years of age, be a US citizen, and be a high school graduate. A college degree, preferably an advanced degree, is a standard requirement for overseas officers, intelligence analysts, and other non-clerical positions. Knowledge of a foreign language is also helpful. Military or SOF experience is also sought after when it comes to stuff like the Special Activities Center, obviously. Alright, now you know what they're looking for in both the FBI and the CIA. But don't go just yet. We're about to wrap up the video and leave you with some valuable resources to go check out. During this video, you learn that the FBI and the CIA are very similar, yet quite different. Both operate in the world of intelligence, with the FBI focusing on domestic stuff and the CIA focusing on international stuff. The FBI has a law enforcement capability, whereas the CIA does not. They both have highly skilled special agents, but are trained in different ways to serve a different purpose and mission. At the end of the day, they are both professional and impactful agencies that get the job done. Now don't go just yet. We have some very awesome and informative videos for you to check out if you're interested in more about the CIA, FBI, and other civilian entities. We've done videos on the CIA Special Activities Center, FBI HRT, FBI SWAT teams, US Marshals, Border Patrol, ATF, and the Secret Service. Yeah, you've come to the right place. And if you enjoyed the Versus format, we also have done plenty of those too. On screen are all the videos we've covered. All of these videos we've mentioned to you thus far are in the description below. Well, that is the down and dirty of the FBI and CIA. If you learned something from this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you for watching. Do you even want to be here? A big shout out to all of our patrons over at our Patreon. Thank you all so much for taking the extra step in supporting our channel. It is much appreciated. If you'd like to be featured on a General Discharge video, go give our Patreon a look and join the team. Here's Nick Naja.
All your friends are subscribing to General Discharge and you don't even want to be here.